My sister had her friends attack me and lied straight to our dad's face about it. When I finally opened up, he sighed softly and said, "Your sister loves you. She wouldn't do that." Yesterday, she framed him for the abuse, and he's now in trouble with the law. Growing up, there was just one rule: to never hit a woman. Obviously, it was something I never even struggled with, until my 12th birthday. You see, my older sister used to beat my A on the regular. One time I had a really bad dream, and my parents' bedroom door was locked, so I slept outside hers, because even just knowing I was near my big sis was comforting. But unfortunately, she woke up before me, and beat me up so bad that I ended up going to school with bruises all over me. Her reasoning? For blocking her doorway. And when I turned 12, I started to get sick of it. It all started when I accidentally fell down the stairs. It was late at night, so my thumping woke her up, and instead of helping me up or even just ignoring me, she stomped down the stairs and kicked the back of my legs. But I was ready. I grabbed her leg and pinched it super hard, except my little act of revenge didn't feel as good as I thought it would. In fact, it made me feel worse. So much so that I started crying for being such a terrible brother, and let her hit me back 10 times harder. And don't get me wrong, I loved my parents, but I know they saw my bruises, my cuts. I know they could hear me crying in pain late at night, but they never did anything, because they were unfortunately extremely passive, and in their eyes it was okay because she was a girl hitting a boy, not the other way around. Plus, when we all hung out as a family, she had the caring big sister role down to a T. Whenever we crossed the road, she would gently extend her arm to stop me crossing too soon. She'd always run ahead of us and make sure to hold open every door for the family and for strangers. It was sickening. But one good thing did come out of it: my muscles. You see, I let all of the resentment she caused to force me to lift heavier at the gym. So by 16, not only was I on the varsity football team, but I was also jacked. And she was in the grade ahead of me, a junior, so I was constantly hearing about the gossip in her class. At this point, she had stopped hitting me, simply because I was too big, and all I wanted was to have a good relationship with her. So when I heard that she was dating the light-skinned demon Malik in her grade, I made sure to keep a close eye on him. He seemed nice at first, but they always do. It wasn't even 3 weeks into their relationship when he cheated on her with her best friend. I was literally in the same room as her when she found out. Malik had sent her a video on Snapchat of him doing backshots with her best friend. I ignored her crying and followed his Snap Map location. She confirmed it was his address and asked if she could sit in the car and watch. I smirked, because that dude was lanky as heck. I knew his brains were about to be minced meat on the sidewalk, and I was right. When we got there, she knocked on the door, because there was no way Malik would open if he saw me. As soon as her best friend opened up, I pushed past her and found Malik leaning against the wall in the hallway. I didn't want to go to jail, so I just hit him until he finally said the words, "Vanessa is my queen," my sister's name, and we left. On the car ride home, I almost crashed, because Vanessa kept replaying the video, and I was laughing my A off. At that moment, I knew our relationship had been rebuilt, or so I thought, because as it turns out, the only relationship that was rebuilt was the one with Malik. They got back together a week later. When I asked Vanessa what the F she was doing, she told me everyone deserves a second chance. Plus, she wanted to make her ex-best friend jealous. I told her that if he did anything this time I wouldn't get involved, and she ended up sulking for the rest of the evening. Whatever. But 2 days later, when our parents weren't home, I heard a knock on